Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about a new liquid lip formula. This one comes from Makeup Revolution, and this is their new Matte Balm liquid lipstick. They were kind enough to send over all 12 shades of this product. This is currently available. It's priced at $7 US. You can find these on the Revolution Beauty website as well as at Ulta. And then for my overseas friends, this is available from Superdrug, ASOS, Beauty Bay, and a store called Zalando. I do not know what Zalando is. Let's Google it because you're never too old to learn something. So it looks like Zalando is available for a whole bunch of my European friends. Cool, now I know. Like I said, there are 12 shades available. I am going to arm swatch and lip swatch all 12 shades for you. First, I just want to give you a close-up look at the packaging. We have a kind of short and chubby style container here, and this looks like frosted glass, but it is actually plastic, so it's not super heavy. We've got the little Revolution logo on one side, and then it says Matte Balm on the other. It's giving me Bare Minerals. Like if Bare Minerals and Smashbox had a baby, it would be this packaging. On top we have the little printed R for Revolution. Then the shade names are on the bottom on a color coordinating sticker. These have a very large and in charge oversized doe foot with the little cup there so that you can pick up plenty of product. This does pick up more than enough product for me, and I do end up having to kind of wipe some off on the inside of the container. These have a very strong vanilla scent. I always try to mention when things are fragranced because I know a lot of people don't like fragrance in their makeup, although I don't think a vanilla scented lip product tends to be too offensive for most people. But I also know that a lot of you are sensitive to fragrance in your makeup, so I wanted to make sure I mention that these have quite a strong sweet vanilla scent to them. Before I give you my review and my thoughts on this formula, let's go ahead and take a look at all 12 shades. I do want to show you individual lip swatches of each of the shades, and then I'll wrap up all my thoughts at the end. Before I move on to the review, I did want to show you an arm swatch. That way you could see all 12 colors laid out together. Sometimes it's hard to tell the similarities and differences when you're looking at individual lip swatches. So I do like to give you both. That way you just have as much information as humanly possible. So here are all 12 shades laid out on my arm together, and this is the order in which I lip swatched them. And it's also the order that I'll list them in the description box. That way if you're not sure which one is which, that'll probably be easier than trying to shove all the shade names in together on this swatch. So I want to show you a close-up because this does stay a little bit sticky, and I think that's part of the reason why it's not super duper uncomfortable. My lips kind of stick to each other. Now, it's not like it's pulling up the color, so that's great. It's really lasting through that wear and tear, but it's sticky. If I press my lips together, they stick together. Now, let's do a kiss test, all right? Back of my hand, nothing on there. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna really lay one on here too. Didn't wear off at all. Okay, I've been drinking this water throughout filming. Barely any wore off, and I've been drinking this can for probably 30-40 minutes while I've been filming this. So it really does last. It has a great wear time. I cannot deny that. I would say this would be mask proof for sure. Overall, I like these. I don't love them. I don't hate them. They're just very middle of the road for me. The packaging is nice. This does look pretty upscale for a $7 product. The shade range is pretty decent. I do always find myself wishing that we had one more off the wall color, especially seeing as we're going into fall, we're going into spooky season. I would have liked to see a gray or like a navy blue or something. I know that those colors aren't super marketable for the masses, but I do like to see generally a little bit more off the wall colors sometimes. Even if it's not my go-to, I know there's a market out there for those type of colors, and I don't know that a lot of those shades exist at this price point, so it would have been nice to see that niche filled a little bit. I will say I'm very glad to see that we got a very, very cool toned option. That's something that's often lacking in releases like this, particularly at the drugstore. I know a lot of folks are just over the pinks and the warm neutrals. Personally, you know, I'm a warm neutral girl for life, but I'm happy to see a more cool toned option here. And the shade Deep Wine is also pretty cool toned. It's very rare to see two options this deep offered in a shade range like this with different undertones. Satin Chocolate is more warm, and then Deep Wine was more cool toned. So I think that this is definitely worth noting. We just don't get a lot of variety in these really deep, more vampy shades, or what would be nudes for very, very deep skin tones. So I do think that they hit the nail on the head with those cooler shades and more than one deep shade option. As is typical for pretty much every lipstick, it doesn't matter the price point, it doesn't matter the brand, I almost always experience patchiness with the deeper shades. So I don't really see that as a huge problem here, because I do find that to be at least my personal experience across the board with deeper shades. But you know, it's a review, so it is worth mentioning. I also felt like this coral shade was kind of patchy, but because this formula takes a while to dry down, you do have a decent amount of time to work with these and sort of even out where you may have a little bit of patchiness, and you have time to clean up your lip line if you get a smudge or you go outside your lip line. I actually appreciate that, because I do think that this longer dry down time makes these more user friendly. Overall, comfort wise, these are pretty comfortable. They're not blowing me away comfort wise compared to some of my other favorite long wearing liquid lipsticks like the Too Faced Melted Mattes or the Revlon Color Stay Satin Inks. I can completely forget that I have those lip colors on altogether, and this one I can always just a little bit feel it, especially around the lip line, like the outer edges of my lips. It's not horribly uncomfortable. I'm not just dying to get this off and put a ton of lip balm on, but it's not hitting the pinnacle of comfort for me for a long wearing liquid lipstick. However, I will say, I think this is a great drugstore offering. For this $7 price point, I do think that they're really nailing it. Drugstore prices have been going up. I do think that the matte balm line is sort of filling a hole there. For the $7 price point, I think the packaging is nice. The formula is definitely comfortable and long wearing enough. The shade range is varied enough. So I think overall, is this my absolute favorite matte liquid lipstick ever? Am I going to, you know, shout from the heavens? Not really, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good release. I still think that this has value. If you are not willing or able to go shell out 20 bucks for a Too Faced melted matte liquid lip, I think this is absolutely a fantastic drugstore option. Now's the time when I want to hear what you think about this product. Which shades are your favorites? Are you going to be picking this up? Is this even on your radar at all? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Don't knock everything over. Nailed it. That was a productive use of my time. I don't know what I'm talking about. If you haven't figured that out by now, where have you been? For this what? I don't think I can fully express to you how much I dislike colors like this on myself. I don't like the way it looks on me. I bet that this looks really, really good on some people. And if you are super, I'm pretty pale. But if you're like super duper pale, even paler than me, which would be super duper pale, then this is probably a very nice flattering nude. I just hate the way it looks on me so much. If you love this look, you know what? I am not in any way judging you, because I bet you look fan-freaking-tastic. Nude Charm. Who? For who? Who are we charming with this? Not me. I also hate this one. Again, bet it looks great on somebody. That person is not in this video. This one is Fancy Pink. Oh, you fancy, huh? No, it's impossible to take off. Dang it. This shade is called Clueless Fuchsia. I'm not getting fuchsia, I'm getting rose. We're learning a lot in this video. Okay, so a lot of colors are kind of up for debate, but the color fuchsia comes from a flower called fuchsia, so I feel like we have a little bit more of a determining factor of what fuchsia is. Also, I tend to trust Pantone, so let's see what Pantone says. This is what I think of when I think of fuchsia, like a bright purpley pink. I'll show you why I say that, because of the flower. This is a fuchsia flower. I'm thinking this type of color scheme. This is very dusty rose to me, so I don't understand. I like the color. I like this color so much. It's definitely one of my favorites from the entire shade range. But why is it called fuchsia? This just isn't giving me fuchsia. It's giving me dusty rose. But anyway, all floral debates aside, I'm gonna calm it down now. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, now's the time when I leap swatch. Whew, okay. I'm fine. So editing Amanda, you know what to do. Make it make sense. I do think that this matte brown... Dang it. I survived 12 very matte lip swatches. And now I will be healing my lips with my 4th Ray lip mask. We did it. We made it. I hope that you enjoyed it or found it fun or helpful or informative or anything at all. Maybe it just gave you a nice break from your day. You deserve a nice break, you know? Just a little one. You work hard. You're doing your best. I'm proud of you. Hang in there. I love your face so much, and I will talk to you soon. I'll bring your face back, and then I'll bring my face back, and then we'll meet here. Okay, see you then. Okay, bye.